Hey guys, how are we? Hope you're all doing very well. Tonight I just got back from the cinema and I thought I would share this review while it's still very fresh in the memory. A lot of people have been talking about this one. It stars Sacha Baron Cohen. Now this is a comedy. I don't usually do comedies, but I thought this one I'm going to be a little bit different. So Sacha Baron Cohen, if you're familiar with films like Borat, Ali G, Bruno. If you like those sorts of films, this one you've probably already seen. So I saw it today, and now I'm going to be sharing my thoughts. It's a 2012 release directed by Larry Charles, and this film is called The Dictator. Now the story is as follows. The heroic story of a dictator who risks his life to ensure that democracy would never come to the country he so lovingly oppressed. So this is a dictator movie, obviously by the title, but it's an exaggeration of dictatorship, and it's taken from real matters and things that have really occurred, but it's just done in a very comic sort of way. So at the start of the film, I actually thought it was funny that it says at the start of the movie, dedicated in loving memory to Kim Jong-il. So I thought that was an offensive way to start the film, but it really does set the tone. So anyway, the movie is about Sacha Baron Cohen, who plays a dictator of a country called Wadia, and he is under pressure by the United Nations to let his country free. And basically the whole thing about they know that he's got weapons of mass destruction and that they're going to invade. So it's that kind of movie. But then things are complicated when he has to go to the United Nations to do a speech, and then he realizes that things within his inner circle are a little bit weird because there is a plot against him. So he has to battle all this, as I said, in a typical Sacha Baron Cohen way, very offensive way. But how this movie unfolds, it's something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's all I'm going to say about the plot. Now, what I saw of this film. I didn't have high expectations coming into this one. I haven't gone around to seeing Bruno, but obviously, that's been regarded as very offensive. Borat, very offensive. So those two films, I kind of felt that if you've seen one, you've seen the other. So I can't really make a judgment so much with Bruno, but I thought I was getting myself into a familiar story with Borat coming into The Dictator, and I wasn't wrong. This is basically just another version of Borat done with different characters. We've got the offensive comments against America, which I thought was funny in Borat, which, very, very similar in The Dictator. And then, obviously, you've got your jokes against women, basically saying that they're lesser than men. So, don't get me wrong, I'm all for a laugh. I don't take myself so seriously, but when I saw it done in Borat, it was funny then. I really liked Borat. But then I saw it in The Dictator, and I thought, I've been here before. I've laughed at these sort of jokes before. So I just thought, okay, this is just a recycled version of Borat, and it's just done with different characters, and I just couldn't help but feel that Sacha Baron Cohen is milking his cash cow, and the cash cow is the same sort of character as Borat, and now as Aladdin, who he plays in The Dictator. So it's a really disappointing sort of way, but it's a way that I really wasn't expecting it to be any different, which is a great shame. I just didn't think it was as good as Borat. I didn't think it was as funny. I thought it was basically gag after gag. You get one laugh, and then it goes to the next laugh, and then it goes to the next laugh. So it was a collection of gags rather than an actual straight-out comedy, which really, really disappointed me. And I just didn't share the same enthusiasm as a lot of people out there did. So as a result of that, I'm only going to give this one 1.5. I'm going to do it because there's no creativity. As I said, it's basically the same story as Borat, done differently with different characters, but it's the same offensive nature. It's got the same sort of jokes. You've got nudity that is funny, but once again, you've seen it all before. It's, nothing is new in this film. So if you're new to Sacha Baron Cohen, you haven't seen Borat, you haven't seen Bruno, you haven't seen his other films, then maybe you're going to get more out of it. But if you have seen those movies, then you're just going to say to yourself, like I said to myself, we've been here before. This is deja vu. I laughed at the same jokes at his last film, so it's really nothing new. And as a result, I thought it was lazy filmmaking. He's basically just doing the same thing over and over. But if it's giving him money, then why not? It's a smart business move. But I'm really starting to get sick of this sort of thing, so hopefully Sacha Baron Cohen's next project is something just a little bit different, because it really is starting to get stale. So for teenagers, I actually think that this would appeal more to you, because it really is gutter humour. So I'm not saying that I'm better than gutter humour, but for teenagers, it'll appeal to you more, so you might get a little bit more out of it. But if you want something new, if you want something you haven't seen before, and you're a little bit older and you don't go for the more crude sort of humour, then hopefully Sacha Baron Cohen's next film will be a lot better. So as a result, The Dictator is getting 1.5 out of 5. No creativity, few laughs, so it prevents itself from being a complete disaster. But as I said, if you've seen those other films, then this one is going to be no different. So that's my review for The Dictator. Probably not what you're expecting, but I review films very honestly, and that is my honest opinion. So until next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.